and our guest is a deported criminal in the brand new BBC drama Banished. Not surprising, really, considering how naughty he was as a child.
Right bit. Stop. Miss Paula.
Well, that cheeky little tinker grew up to be the mischievous Russell Tovey.
Cheers. I didn't know you had that.
So cute.
I haven't seen that for years.
I remember that. That was 21 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, my... Yes, it was that long ago. I actually went in the broom cupboard for that show.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah, it was a big break when I was 11. That was a big thing. Me and Toby answered this in the broom cupboard.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You're all stomping
Those were the
grounds,
days.
wasn't it?
I love that broom cupboard.
Well, I wouldn't say that out loud.
Well, it's true. I spent half my life there.
You did. Well, from 21 years ago to last night, because you were at the Brits, weren't you?
I
last
was,
night?
yes.
Well, we have to talk about the Madonna moment when she fell off the stage. Now, what was it like from your perspective, as somebody that was there?
It was horrible. There was, like, a gasp through the whole studio, and people were, like, pinching each other, like, oh, my God, did that actually just happen? And you just feel terribly sorry for her dancers. Because you know that someone would have got walloped as soon as they got off stage, because that looked like a proper fall.
It was a bad fall. It was about 4 steps, wasn't it?
Well, she stepped back one, and then bang, yes, onto her
Somebody was
hip,
gonna get it.
and she got up and her hair was a bit ruffled, and you could see she was furious.
But on she went.
She got it together.
Yeah, the show must go on.
Show must go on.
Absolute classic for that. She did. She carried on. I don't know how much longer she stayed there for, though, but anyway.
I think she did a runner straight away.
I bet she did.
Straight out of there.
Right,
Anyway.
we're talking a bit about houses, first of all.
Great.
If that's all right with you, my friend?
I love houses.
Good, on we go then. I've been saying that for years, you know, the best house ever in our haystack at home.
Well, there we are.
Still warm.
We've now proved that
Depths
it's
of winter.
robust and it can work for you. Anyway. Let's talk about Banished,
Yes.
a brand new 7-part drama starting on BBC Two next Thursday,
the 5th,
isn't it?
yep.
Written by one of our most prolific writers,
The
Stephen
legend.
McGovern. Yeah, the legend. We're used to his sort of contemporary stuff, like Brookside, which is going back a few years now, and Cracker. But how does it translate then when he's working on something that was set, actually, in 1788? Really far back.
I think he came to it naturally. It's about still characters interweaving, connecting with each other. It's a costume drama, so I think that was a challenge and that was an excitement for him to indulge in. The piece just...
So the plot of it, basically, this is before Sydney is Sydney.
Yeah,
it's all set in Australia.
Penal colony, the first people, the first fleet of convicts that were banished and get the scum out of the UK, get them over to Australia. Yeah.
But what he's done, he's really concentrated on the characters, hasn't he? Because in the first episode, which is all we've seen so far, the characters are really strong and there's sort of a love triangle. So even though it's set in 1788, he's brought it right up to date and they're people you can empathise with straight away.
Well, I think that's a beautiful thing about Jimmy's writing, is that he allows characters to explore each other and connect with each other. It isn't all plot-based. It's about letting the audience kind of fall in love with people and letting them interact with each other, and that's why Jimmy's writing is so kind of special and important, and that's why this show feels so brilliant, even though I'm allowed to say that. I absolutely love it.
Definitely.
And it's raw, it's real, and things are
gritty,
very tough right from the start. I'm going to apologise for cutting this clip short already, but have a look at this for a teaser.
Give it back.
How dare you?
Do as he says.
In the name of God. She is a woman. You have stolen food from a woman. Give it back.
Do as he says.
How can you possibly enjoy that?
Thank you.
Give it back. Give me my food. How dare you show off in front of that?
He's such a horrible character.
Roy McGann is a big man, and when you see the episode, a bit of a spoiler, but it continues on, and he starts hitting me. So we had some practice. We kind of had a fight instructor in, and he said, right, you keep a distance of like a foot, but we got carried away. And on the third strike, it actually hit me, and the noise echoed across the water, and it was like Madonna falling off the stage last night. Everyone was like... And I stood up and I went, did you get that on camera? They went, yeah. I said, that's fine, and I shook his hand. If that was rehearsal, I'd have been furious. I couldn't hear for about an hour and a half, my ears were ringing, but it was worth it.
But Russell, apart from the all of the hazards in the fight scenes and actually in the script, there was quite a few hazards on location as an actual venue.
Yeah, well, we're filming in Australia, and we're filming in a bush, and there's people in there who are clearing away every day, but there was a call sheet would come up, and it'd say, like, on a call sheet, it says, right, these are your scenes for the following day. Turn over the page. These are local spiders in the area you need to be aware of. The first 2 are the most deadliest spiders in the world. Turn over. If you get bitten by a snake, this is how to make a tourniquet. This is where you get the anti-venom. This is a number to call. You have 15 minutes to get to the hospital, otherwise you die. Your call time's 8 a.m. And you're like... and then you just became completely, like, immune to it every day. You're like, OK, right, spiders. Someone in our crew got bitten by a mouse trap spider, which they thought was a redback, which can kill you in 20 minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
She was in the hospital for 2 days on insulin.
Well,
straight back to work.
Well, you survived to tell the tale.
Yes, and it's worth it because the drama is brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Next Thursday, there we are.
Yeah.
Now, if you were watching at the start of the show, you'll know that we've had a break-in here at the One Show office. Somebody, I can't believe, somebody's stolen tomorrow's script. No, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Anyway, luckily for us, forensics expert Carla Valentine is joining us tonight.
There she is. Now, we'll be talking to Carla in a moment, but first we've got a challenge for you, Russell.
Yeah?
We would like you to go over to our crime scene,
Sure.
because there are 5 pieces of evidence which we would like you to search for during the next film. So there's some gloves for you, there's some markers here to put on the evidence when you find it, so over you go.
Great.
Have a good
Get
route
started.
around.
Thank you
See
very
what
much.
you can find.
Yes,
Good.
okay.
All right, then. So while Russell gets on with that, here is Joe with another mystery.
Thanks very much, Joe. Now then, Russell, you've had a couple of minutes while that film was on. What evidence have you found, then, in our crime scene?
Well, I'm furious that someone stole a script.
Well, it's the worst news ever.
Doesn't bother me, I'm not here on a Friday.
Right, OK, so my numbers. Inspector Carla.
Yes.
Number 1, this drawer's open. I assume this is where the scripts are stored and kept.
Right,
so there may be fingerprints there across the top of that drawer.
Okay, good idea.
Very good.
idea.
Point
Keep
number
going.
1.
Yeah.
There's paper on the floor, which shows disturbance, but there's also a footprint over here, which could be...
A footprint?
Oh, no, yes.
no.
Footprint. And there's some mud there, Carla.
Ah, so you've done actually really, really well.
Thank you.
So you found, well, you mentioned fingerprints,
Yes.
but you didn't find the right ones.
Oh.
We've got a bottle just here, which is nice and easy for you to find. And people sort of don't really know that you can use sweat from fingerprints and get DNA. So you don't just identify with the fingerprints.
The criminal was drinking while he was stealing the script.
Absolutely.
Very casual criminal.
Gosh, yeah.
Yes, very
Well, I think
relaxed.
because number 5, there's actually a chewing gum under the desk.
chewing gum.
Very casual.
The chewing gum is a very good find. Odontology, or dentistry in forensics, is one of the oldest techniques, so you can compare somebody's teeth to the bite mark in the chewing gum. But again, you can also use the saliva for DNA. And I know you mentioned soil, and that's a great one too, but you missed the footprint. So what we've got down here is a
You said
I said
footprint,
footprint.
didn't you, to
I
be
said
fair?
footprint and
well,
soil,
I will let you off.
Inspector Carla.
Well, you know what you should
Sign it up. Sign it up.
So footprint will show you all sorts of things like the size of the foot. It might show you how a person walks and how big they were. But the soil will show you where they've been walking. It will show you pollen, and you can narrow it down to sort of within a square metre.
Where the soil's from.
Yeah. And then you've also got a hair, which is just hidden over here.
I mean, in fairness, it's very hard
It's
to spot.
really
It's
difficult.
I
just
thought that was
signs.
my own.
And that
I'm
one,
shedding.
if that was pulled from somebody's head, if it still had the root in, it would be fantastic because you could get DNA from that for comparison. But even without that, you can use it to see what kind of hair dye people used, what colour their hair was, and even if they've got any drugs in their system.
Now, people can come and experience this for themselves, can't they, at the Welcome collection, because there's a full forensic exhibition on there. What kind of stuff can folk come and get involved with?
Well, it's basically a big history of forensic science and also a bit about our cultural fascination with the topic, because we are all interested in it. And it's set out into 5 different areas. So, in a way, you follow the clues through and you investigate, you know, from the morgue to the crime scene to the laboratory. So, for example, in the crime scene, what they have are tiny dioramas, nutshell studies, and these are like replica crime scenes, and they've been made by an old eccentric forensic fan in 1940s Chicago, and they are used for training for
They're
investigative
so
purposes.
beautiful, really lovely to see. And you can go and see for yourselves at the Welcome collection, which it's on now, and it's free.
It's free. That's the best thing about it. Well, not the best thing about it,
Well.
but it's one of the brilliant things about it. Anyway, now then, thanks to your donations to Comic Relief, work is continuing on rebuilding the Vital Health Centre that I visited a few weeks ago in Uganda.
Yeah, things are going very, very well. Giles has been out in Uganda just to see how things are going and bring you up to date.
A brilliantly motivational film from Giles there, thank you. Just to reiterate his message, £5 can buy you 2 of these life-saving nets. You can get 4 for a tenner. They're really simple and, as he said, saves thousands of children's lives.
And Russell, if people do want to donate, would you just give them the details, please?
No problem. If you want to donate £5, please text the word 5 to 70510. And to donate £10, please text the word 10 to 70510.
Text will cost £5 or £10 plus your standard network message charge, and 100% of your donation will go to Comic Relief. You must be 16 or over, and please ask the bill payer's permission. For full terms and conditions and more info, go to bbc.co.uk/rednosed.
Jealous of Miranda going there.
Well, they had great weather on Casquette. Destination 2015, summer holiday. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much to Russell. Lovely to see you. And thank you to Derby University for setting up our crime scene as well for us.
Yes. Now, this script, actually... Hang on, just have a look under there.
Huh?
What's that?
I don't know what this
Come on.
Russell.
Hey, Russell.
Hey!